Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of the 2019 Pinspiration collaboration. I am not hosting it this year. I just had too much on my plate this year, but Kimber Creations, Kim, has taken over hosting it. We have a schedule for the whole year. So it's going to be I believe it's the third Saturday of the month. So whatever this Saturday is, the same, I think next month it's the end of the month, but expect us on Saturday. And we have a set time, which I can't remember right off the top of my head, but whenever this is uploading, that's the time. I think it's around noon Eastern, but don't hold me to that. Anyway, and we can do anything. It doesn't have to be cards or even paper crafting. It could be cooking, it could be jewelry, it could be gardening. It just has to be inspired by Pinterest, something on Pinterest. I have a couple things that I've been wanting to try, and one of them is a tea bag holder, which I had saved, and this is, I'll put the link to the pin below. But it actually ended up being, which I didn't realize, a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And her name is Meg Lovin, and it's lovinstamps.com is where the link went to. So this is called a 6-pocket treats and tea bag holder, a mini gift idea just to add chocolates. You could put chocolate or tea bags in. I don't have anything in mind, but this is really simple to use, guys, and it uses, to make, and it uses up 3 sheets of 6x6 paper. So if you're, and you don't have to cut it, you just use the 6x6. So if you're looking to use up some of your stash, this is the project. So let me first show you what I used, and then I'll show you what I made. Of course, that was Stampin' Up, so this is going to be 2. I used my Garden Impressions Designer Series paper out of the annual catalog. This is still available. Sorry, I have a hair there. And this is 6x6 paper. So the ones that I used, if I can remember, were this one. That's a boo-boo cut. Let me find this one. And I had one other one. Let's see if I can find. Maybe it was and I think was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. Anyway, I had one other sheet, which I can't, oh, no, I'm not sure. It was the center piece, and I can't remember. I think I might have used the last piece of it, actually. So, anyway, yeah, I used 3 pieces out of here. And the other one had yellow as a back, so let's see. Okay, this one. Sorry. This one, because I wanted to have those patterns, but this one I didn't like as much, so it ended up mostly what you can see is the yellow, but that's okay. They're all pretty, but these colors, the pinks and the blues, I just love. So yeah, that is what I used. I used Melon Mambo ink. I did use half of a pearlized doily, and they're in the annual catalog as well, both. And so is this. I used the Time for Tea, which is not the one in the Occasions catalog. This is in the annual catalog. And I used a Spot of Tea framelets. And the only other thing I used was some glue and some Whisper White sheer 3/8 inch ribbon, I think. Let's see, what did I... Yeah, 1/8 inch, I'm sorry. So just this thin sheer ribbon. And you do need a hole punch. So here's what I made. It's so cute. And the stamp set has this Warmed with Love, Steeped in Friendship. Oh, I missed something. I did use my 2 1/4 inch circle punch. The doily is sticking out down here. And the cup I did put up on regular dimensionals as well. So that's that. So I stamped them both in Melon Mambo, and this I cut out with the framelets, what were they called? The Spot of Tea framelets. I didn't bother coloring it in. And then when you open this, you have 6 little pockets. So you have a pocket here, 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 and here, and here. And it's just as simple as that. It's a little accordion, and you just tie it. And I did this backwards the first time, so let me see if I can do it right this time. Just put it in like this, and pull through. I think I did it right. I actually even got them sort of even, and then just tie a bow the way I normally tie bows. Well, not perfect, but you know, you get the point. And then you could actually decorate the back too. When you're, if your pattern paper has a design that is right side up and upside down, if you know what I mean, make sure you glue the part together that's upside down so that the right side up part shows. Or you can make it be your center piece, because actually this piece here, the flower, the leaves on it were upside down, so I just covered them up with the doilies and things, and the other side's not going to show on the inside, and this is really all directional, so it doesn't really matter. And you could decorate the back as well. In fact, I could put my name stamp and things on the back here. So I just thought that was adorable, and I could put a couple tea bags and a couple pieces of small, like Ghirardelli chocolate in or something would fit perfectly. And I think I'm going to make some of these for a craft fair or two later in the year. But if nothing else, I think they're just cute little presents to hand out to friends and things like that. So yeah, that's it. That's my Pinspiration collab. The link to the pin will be below, so if you want to try and make it. She actually on her, when you hit the pin link and you go to her website, she's got instructions in here. I mean, detailed, laid out instructions, but she also has a video. I did mine. She does hers laying it out on grid paper. I found it easy to use the Stampin' Trimmer. Let me just get a piece of paper and show you, because it's really pretty easy. I'm going to use, trying to find one that's here. This one is any directional. So what you do is you line up your point at 1.5 on both ends, and then you use the this end, this score tool, not the cutter, and then flip it around and do it again at 1.5. She just drew lines on the grid, but then had to manually fold, but I found it easier to do it with the tool. Hopefully I put that at 1.5. And you don't want it any smaller than 1.5, because your points will be crushed, and that was a mistake I used on my first one. So that's that. And then what you do, I measured it out, and you know, this is longer than 6 when you do it point to point. It's actually 8.5. So you line it up at 4.25 and do the same thing. Okay, and then you bend it so your pockets are facing out initially. Let me get my score tool here. So this is just a quick little tutorial. And then the last thing, well, not the last thing, but the last fold is, now you have a crease here. Line that up at 3/4 inch. Making sure I have it lined up and at the right line. And then do the score, and then turn it around and do the same thing. Line that big score up at 3/4 inch. Same thing. Now you don't have to have this tool, and now you're going to bend it so that the pockets face in. So like that, and like that, and there you go. There's your first little pocket. So you just make 3 of those, and you glue them together, and you punch holes up in the top. As far as punching holes, you can't punch through all 6 at once usually, and I just used a standard, this is a Fiskars one, and I did 2 at a time, and then I took like this one and matched it up to the next one and did that way so that they were all even up. Pretty easy, and then you just decorate however you want. You don't have to have it say tea. It could be chocolate, it could just be a little for you tag hanging down from the ribbon, whatever you would like. And I just thought it was a really cute idea. I'll be making more of those, and I wanted to use my spot of tea. Now also the Occasions catalog has the other tea, which is called Tea Together. So there's another cup in here we could use, and maybe I'll try that for some of them as well. Now let me see, I didn't even really look at this to see if the cup has a cutout in here. So let me see. On the tea time framelits, these are in the celebration. So if you buy this and some other items to get you up to $100, you can get these free. And yes, it does have the cup. It's a little bigger than this one, so yeah, you'd have to keep that in mind. It might take up like the whole front of your thing, but then you could put a sentiment on the back. So anyway, yeah, those are some options for tea. But it could be chocolate, it could be hot, little packets of hot chocolate it would have to be, or even coffee. You know, they have those little packets of instant coffee. I don't think they're very good personally, but you know, anyway, I'll do that later. So that's an option too, Tea Together, but the one I used again was out of the annual catalog, and it was called Time for Tea and Spot of Tea framelits. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm at 11 minutes, and that was a quick little mini tutorial, and I hope you liked it, and I'll talk to you again soon. Also, be sure to go check out all the other collaborators down below. I'm anxious to see what everyone makes, and I'm sure everything will be different than what I've done. I have no clue. Like I said, it could be anything. So please do check us out and come back again next month. Talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.